Hey, what's going on YouTube? Glad you guys were able to join me once again through a journey through your mind and allowing for us to be able to have once again another great discussion. Now I want to ask you guys, have you guys ever heard of a spiritual guide? Well, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this conversation. So you guys go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, so in life, we have individuals that come in our lives at times that are there to help us, in a way, guide us through certain situations, through times and periods in our lives that can help us get to the next level. Now, you may have had individuals in your lives who you consider to be somebody who looked out for you, somebody who was there for you, somebody who you could count on and depend on. Well, guess what? That is a spiritual guide, all right? Now, a lot of times when we think of a spiritual guide, we think of some being outside of the physical realm, like in the spiritual realm, to come help guide us through certain situations, in which that can be true. All right, there are spiritual guides out here who do watch over you. All right, and when I say spiritual guides, I'm talking about spiritual beings. All right, and that's a whole nother conversation that I'm gonna have in another video, so you guys stay tuned. But as I was saying, this spiritual guide that I'm referring to is a spiritual guide that's actual, physical, and presence, okay? And this person is placed in your life. Now, it's not to say that this person has a time frame or an eternity in your life, okay? They may be with you until your dying day. They may be with you until their dying day. They may be with you for maybe just a year, or maybe a couple years, a few years, who knows? But they're strategically placed in your life to help guide you into that next level, all right? Now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give you an example of what a spiritual guide was for me, all right? And I'm gonna go with my best physical known, or should I say known physical spiritual guide that I've had in my life. And that has been my brother, okay? My older brother, he's 13 years older than me. He had life before I was here, and before I even got a chance to experience life, he had dealt with a lot of life already as it is. So he had experience over me, all right? But I'm gonna tell you what made him a spiritual guide in my life, okay? Because a lot of people, they say, oh, you know, that's your brother, that's what he's supposed to do. Well, quite frankly, I've known brothers who've had odds with each other, okay? And they didn't look out for each other the way that real brothers supposed to. But I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you guys why I've noticed and seen and recognized him as a spiritual guide in my life. All right, so first, I was raised in a household. It was just me, my brother, and my mother. We was raised in a single family household, and it was just us three. You know, we didn't have a whole bunch of cousins and a whole bunch of aunties and uncles that we could run to. It was just us. And at a certain age, I want to say about 11 years old, I was sent off by my mother. And basically meaning that I was no longer a part of our household. Now, maybe one day I'll get into that type of video with you guys. Maybe I won't, who knows? But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, I didn't have my mother in my life anymore, okay? And I was sent off to go live with my father, who couldn't take me in at the time, okay? So I was kind of put forth in front of my brother to take me in, which I'm very thankful that he did. Or else I'd have been at the Greyhound bus station for a while. But anyway, I was put in his life as dependent and to be taken care of by him. All right, now mind you, I didn't have a whole lot of family, okay? I didn't have a whole lot of aunts, uncles, nieces, and I didn't have all of that, cousins and stuff like that. I did, which I later found out in life, but as I was coming up, it was really just us three, okay? And I had got involved in a lot of different things in life in which I needed a spiritual guide. And that's when God, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, comes in and he sends that to you, okay? I know God sent that for me. And so I went through life kind of wandering around, all right? I would do things like just walk down the street and just aimlessly, just looking for something to get into. I didn't really have anything to do. I never played like sports with my dad and stuff like that. Me and my father didn't have a close enough relationship. All right, to make a long story short, my brother was a liaison between me and me furthering getting into things that I shouldn't. And so he helped guide me because of the things that he went through, and because I listened, I was able to have a voice inside of me, all right, that allowed me to be able to see the other side of the tracks. Because a lot of times when we don't get that other voice, we just see one side of the tracks. But if we don't get the other voice, we won't be able to see a better side to life, a better way. And he was the type of person who, and when I'm talking about I'm talking about my brother. He was the type of person who, he got into things. he had his slip-ups in life, but he never once told me, hey little bro, go ahead and do this, knowing that it's wrong, okay? He always encouraged me to do better with my life. He always encouraged me to do right in my life. And so while I had the absence of my parents in my life, I had him as a guide to go off of. And to be honest with you, it saved my life in situations. It really did save my life in a lot of situations, all right? I've got many stories, but I'm not going to expound on all of those stories today. But I'm going to tell you that his words, all right, his guidance as that spiritual guide in my life, his words helped me. And so now think about yourself. Who do you have in your life that has been a spiritual guide for you? Now I'll give you some time to think about it. But whoever it is, make sure you give them their flowers today, all right? Because they've helped you get to the next level, whether that be monetary or whether that be just good words of encouragement that happen to stick with you. A lot of times, words of encouragement is more in my mind, more valuable than anybody giving you money. All right. So, with that being said, you guys, think about it. Think about who has been a spiritual guide in your life. All right. And remember, a spiritual guide doesn't always have to be someone or something that is in the spiritual realm. All right. It can be someone that is placed in your life in the physical realm. And that can come in the form of a girlfriend, a boyfriend, just somebody that helps you get to the next level. All right. So I want you to take some time to think about that, you guys, and give them their flowers while they're here. All right, you guys. Till next time. And like I said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I come out with new videos. And if you gain any type of liking to this content or any type of understanding to this content, I ask that you please hit that like button. It helps out the channel. All right, you guys. Peace.